Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Garage. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we are gonna take a car for a drive. That's right, we're taking the 64 for a rip, and we're gonna let Princess stretch her legs a little. Well, actually, she's not gonna stretch her legs. We're gonna warm her up. Look at this. But anyways, you heard me right. You know what? It's midwinter. We're gonna pull the girls outside, or pull the team outside, I guess. We're gonna pull the cars outside and warm them up, let them get up to temperature. We might even take Prince for a drive, depending on how the roads are. He's actually licensed. Interesting fun fact. He's got collector's plates on him. It's basically only $50 more to insure him for the whole year, or pardon me, license him for the whole year. He's insured all year. That happens no matter what. But licensed all year, so if I want to go driving down the highway, I could. Do I want to? Yeah, I do. Will I? I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like. So anyways, I just got to move some more stuff out of their way because there's a tractor in the way. So I'm going to move the tractor, and then we're going to peel the covers off and take him outside. Okay, let's get this feller out. Whoa! It's a little snug. I love this car. Yes, I do. How do you guys roll up your car covers? I like to fold them into the center and then roll them. Fun fact, I've had this car cover for, how old am I? About 28 years. Back when you could get fabric car covers. I mean, I guess you still can, but, well, I don't know. I would have to look into it, because that one's like a neoprene type of one. But I don't like the ones that are like paper. You know, the ones that got a weird feel? Yeah. Put it over here on the chair. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this car, guys. I just love this car. The lines, the looks. Just everything. So if you're new to the channel, this is my 1964 Corvette Stingray Coupe. Red on red. Had a frame off restoration back in 2000. She is mint, minty mint. And I absolutely love it. Fun story about this car. It actually came out of Tallahassee, Florida. It was a military guy that bought it. As far as I know, he bought it brand new. Took it over to Germany, blew up the engine. The fella that had it next bought it from the GM dealer in Frankfurt, Germany in 1967, and it was sitting out back with a blown engine. He bought it off the serviceman's Ranger Marine, not sure what he did. It was the era of Vietnam, I mean it was 1967. They didn't know where he was, so he actually bought it off the guy's wife in Florida. And I would really like to find the original owner from Florida, if he is still alive or if his family knows him. So if you know anyone that bought a 1964 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe from a GM dealer in Tallahassee, Florida in 1964, please reach out. I'd love to find the original owner and you know, complete the rest of the history. But you know, I don't know if the fellow passed away in the Vietnam War or what. And imagine how pissed he was when he came out from wherever he was, and hopefully he did, that his wife sold the car. Could you imagine that? Come home and it's like, I sold your car, you blew up the engine. And actually, I don't know that they talk like that, but yeah, imagine how disappointing it would be, you know, if he survived all that war to come home and find out your wife sold your car. I bet there's a story there, let me tell you. So anyways, guys, let's fire her up and take her outside. So she's run up on fast idle, and she's running about just under 2,000 RPM. I'm gonna let her warm up a little bit, clear up. I'll run in and grab my wallet, and if the road's not mucky, we're gonna take her for just a quick little boop boop down the highway. So you gotta love this. She is just a purring like a kitten. Take a look inside. Yeah, she's at 2,000 RPMs. The temperatures come up quite good. 40 pounds of oil pressure. 78,000 miles. A little over, oh, I hope if I made it so you guys can see it. A little over half full of fuel. There's the temp. But maybe we'll give her a kick down. There we go. Just check out this interior though. The radio works.
Marketplace E. The yard is conveniently located on.
But we'll leave the radio off for now. Just, oh. I got some hats in the back. Some SMP hats, Corvette hat, Disney hat of course. But, oh hey, there's that other cell phone mount, so. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab my wallet so we can go for a rip. And listen to that cam now. Now this is a 365 horse. It was a performance version. It's got the solid lifter cam. Or solid lifters, I should say. Oh, good old-fashioned American muscle. Yeah! Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Love this car. So much style. Like, look at that front end. There's nothing like it anymore. Just a lap belt. It's just purring like a kitten. Just like a little kitten. Okay, let's go for a little drive. Hopefully the road is firm enough that it's not muddy. I mean, if I have to wash it, I'll wash it. But, oh man, words cannot express how cool this car is. You know, it's a little finicky to drive. It's very high geared, like very high geared. But it's so cool. It's just got so much class. And I'm not afraid to take it on the ice because it actually has decent tires on it. Unlike Princess, who has tires that, you really don't want to take it anywhere sketchy. Actually, you don't even want to take it on snow because you will be stuck. So we're just gonna putz down the road and see if we can find, you know, if the highway's clear, maybe just a quick little scoot. Quick little scoop, because it is licensed. Like I say, I've got it licensed all year round, so. But yeah, factory 4-speed 365 horse. It's got no power steering, but it really doesn't matter. There is really no noticing that. And they didn't have power steering because power steering robs power. And so back in the day, if you wanted a performance car, you don't get it with power steering. And certainly this then didn't come with power steering or air conditioning, although they were options that were available. So, but yeah, the road's just a bit icy here now, so no problems, no worries. Yeah, I can't wait till summer. Go cruising, your arm out the window, just loving life and living large. probably crazy for doing this, but I'm telling you, you get 6 months of winter, a guy goes crazy. You need to get out and stretch your legs. You need to stretch your car's legs. And it's nice because it's overcast. It's about 2 degrees Celsius. Overcast, so it's not melting like crazy. Certainly makes it a little more slippery. The roads are somewhat dry without rocks, so we're just gonna take a quick little jaunt down the highway. It's a Sunday, so there's not a lot of traffic, and we should be good. I should be fine. A little nervous. Maybe I'm crazy. I bet you guys think I'm crazy. Car crazy. Here we go. Yeah, baby. There's a couple of things you want to avoid in the winter with the gravel on the roads. Now, we had some rain, so there's not a lot of gravel, but you want to avoid cars coming towards you because that's when rocks come out of tires, especially on a curve. So, but man alive, just, gosh, she drives so good. You know, and considering I haven't driven this car a lot last year, certainly last time I took it out would have been probably October, middle of October before I put it away. But yeah, you just can't beat it. You really can't. Although, when I think about it, you know, the way car values have gone up in the last year, well, actually the last 2 years, but especially the last year, I can only imagine what this car is worth now. Now, thinking about it, this car in this condition, I would educate a guess that, and especially with the provenance that it has, maybe it would fetch $100,000 at Barrett-Jackson. What do you guys think? Leave a note in the comments. You know, it's not a numbers matching car as far as the engine. The engine was blown up in Germany. It was replaced in Frankfurt, Germany. It's another, well, it's another 327. It actually came out of a 1963 Corvette. So, or at least the engine's a 63. So it's period correct. But, you know, with the provenance, especially of it coming out of Tallahassee, Florida, you know, the fellow was in Vietnam. Well, at least I think he was in Vietnam. And just with the whole story, would this car fetch $100,000? Would it fetch more? I mean, I don't know. You know, now that I think about it, if it's worth 130, well, okay, say it's worth $100,000 American, if it went to auction, that's like $130,000 Canadian. That's significantly more than I paid for the car. Maybe we better turn around at the next wide spot and take her back to the garage. But, you know what the last owner told me? He said, don't do what I did. Drive the car, enjoy the car. So you know what? That's what we're doing. You know what, Lee? You said to drive her, so we're driving her. And boy, what a good drive it is. Cruising along at 65 miles an hour, 2,500 RPM. Now at 65 miles an hour, for 2,500 RPM, this one being the 365 horse, its red line is 6,500 RPM. So I'm pretty sure this car will do 140 miles an hour like nothing. But we're not going to try it, because she doesn't handle like a new Corvette. She handles like a 1964 Corvette, and she'll do 100, well, how fast have I had it going? I think I've had her doing about 90 or so. Maybe. I don't know. Hypothetically. On a closed course. Maybe it was in Mexico. Probably in Mexico. Remember that time I took it to Mexico, so. But, anyways, we're going to pull over here and turn around because I feel like I'm twitching the tiger's tail, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Don't want to do that. Got a nice double pull out here, so we're just gonna turn around. Pinner, Mike, pinner. Oh, God, I love this car. Okay. Here she goes. Baby's got back and I cannot lie. She's super and she's fly. Sorry about that. But damn, she pulls hard. I mean, not as hard as Princess, but gosh, I love this car. And you know, it's so nice to take them for a drive because when they're cooped up undercover for months and months on end, you kind of forget how awesome they are. You really do. And if I lived somewhere that had half decent weather, a little bit more in the year, we would totally drive this car more. But what do you do? But man, it's just like pouring a little more sugar on your cracker or getting a little energy drink boost. You know, just reminds you what you're doing it for. And yeah, I absolutely love it. But what do you think this car would fetch at auction? Put a note in the comments. And am I crazy for doing this? Did I ruin the car? Not yet. Well, I don't plan on it. Do what Lee told me to do. He said to drive it, so we're driving it. I don't want to take another pull. 2 hands on the wheel, Mike. Yeah. Purring like a kitten, boys. Those are original Kelsey Hayes knockoff wheels too. It's the real deal. Nice and warm. Turn up the radio. Turn up the radio. Listen to AM, because that's all we got. Actually, no, it does have FM. Ooh, it's an AM FM. Yeah. Gotta go slow here because it's dry for the most part, but where it transitions from snow to dirt, it's a little wet. So I think I'll go in our first driveway because snow. I'd rather drive on snow than dirt. I live on a gravel road, so it's a bit of a stinker. Actually, it's a lot of a stinker. Woo. Burn rubber! Can't really burn rubber on ice. Well, I guess you could. I've seen it done. People get stuck and they just mash the throttle and but I'm gonna park him right here where I think he won't slide anywhere if because the tires are warm, and then the problem is they melt the spot and then they go, so it should be good here. my very own car wizard to just give it a little tweaky tweak, but car wizard's a long ways away. And if you know, you know. So one thing I've noticed with classic cars and the old school V8s, and don't mind me, I'm looking down because I'm doing it's slippery shuffle, is they set off my carbon monoxide detector. The other cars don't do that, but this guy, that guy, yeah, he sets off the carbon monoxide detector all the time. So I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. So I'm gonna have to unhook my carbon monoxide detector and throw it outside for a bit. But it goes to show that catalytic converters and all that, I guess, aren't all bad. So, I don't think it's fair to take Prince outside and not let Princess have a chance. So, let's pull Princess down. I'll drag over the air compressor, and because one thing with a bend pack lift is you do need air to release the dogs, which I forgot. So, yeah, I'll stretch an airline over and get to it. So one of the things that I did with my bend pack lift is they run on 220. Well, you can get ones that run on 110, but 220 makes them go faster. And I like to go fast, so I've got an extension cord for it, and I've got the dolly wheels so that I can move it anywhere in the shop I want, which is really handy because in the summertime, if I want to do work, I generally like to have it against the toolboxes, and in the wintertime for storage, you know what, tuck it in the back corner, and then you just run your extension cord, and that's all there is to it. So first we go up, and then we go down. Scary. Release the dogs, and let it down. Oh, didn't release all the way. So I was a little nervous doing this. There we go. Now we're good. Make sure I don't land it on a cord or cooler. I'm so excited I get to pull Princess out. I love this car. I bought this car Father's Day 2016, so it's almost 6 years old. It's crazy how time flies. So, it's like Christmas. Ta-da! I just absolutely love this car. You know, and this is probably why Andrew won't let me sell it, because Princess is the OG Corvette. For me, don't get me wrong, Prince is cool and all, being a 64, but Princess is the OG. And you might be asking yourself, Mike, why do they call your car Princess? Why do you call your car Princess? Well, I didn't pick the name. Andrew and the kid said, might as well call her Princess, because Princess can't go outside. Princess needs a car cover. Princess needs a shop.
Princess drinks fancy gas.
And Princess drinks fancy gas. Yes, that's right. That's why she's called Princess. I'm gonna get the key, we'll fire her up, run her outside, let her warm up a little bit, do a couple baby revs maybe, and but we ain't driving, not very good English. We are not going to drive Princess down the road because these tires don't work well in snow or on ice. Ask me how I know. That's right, I did that once, and it took me like 4 hours to get it back into the garage, so ain't doing that again. Oh, and I better not forget, I have to unhook my battery tender, so I wonder if my remote still works. Yep, release the tender. Oh, it smells so good in there. Oh, I'm a little bigger. Woo. Oh yeah. Think the car's got smaller, or I've gotten bigger. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna let her warm up. We'll let Princess warm up a little bit, then we'll take her outside and not gas ourselves out completely in here. That'd be bad. Listen to that beautiful sound. Princess is a pretty car. I'm walking through a snowbank. And this is as far as she's gonna go. Because I can attest that when you've got these kind of tires, you do not want to drive on this stuff. So there's Prince over there. Now, I did some sandblasting yesterday, so I do have sand here which offers some traction, but I've been stuck in stuff that wasn't as slippery as this. So we're not even gonna try it. See, tire's still on gravel. But oh, just absolutely gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love the white roof. Now I've got the dual roof option, so I do have the Lexan roof, which is really nice, although it is hot in the summer. I've got it in the trunk. I'll show you guys. So there's my Lexan roof in storage in the car. I actually added some white vinyl on the sides because it ties it in better, because I didn't like the look of the dark roof here and the white. So with the white strip there, oh, it just makes all the difference in the world. But I wish you guys could smell this car. Oh, it smells so good. There we go. My grumpy sticker's still hanging in there. It's getting a little bit weathered. But, you know, the C7 Corvette is just awesome. I can't even imagine what my C8's gonna be like. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Now, I've got a whopping 20,492 kilometers. It's currently in, it's not track mode, it's touring mode. It's in touring mode. Turn the fan down a bit here. I've got a full tank of premium gas. I always like to store them with a good tank of premium gas. Temperature's coming up. And look at that. My best fuel economy in the last 100 kilometers, 7.5 liters per 100, average 11.4. Not too shabby. But this is what, like, Alcantara on the roof, Alcantara on the B-pillars, Alcantara back here, and that's what the difference between having a 3LT is. So that's why when I do get a Z06 or C8, well, no, I'm gonna get a Z06. I want the 3LZ because I want the Alcantara headliner because it just smells so good. And you know, this car's 6 years old, and when it's buttoned up like that, it's like it oozes yumminess. Yeah, so that's why, for me, 3LZ. Now this car is a 3LT, which of course comes standard with the Alcantara interior instead of just cloth. And I've seen a Z06 that was a 1LZ with just the cloth, and it smelled like a new car, but it didn't smell
like a supercar. But this smells like a supercar. So anyways, I'm gonna let her idle for a little bit more, warm her up a bit, and then maybe give her some baby revs. And in the meantime, maybe I should put Prince on the top lift. If I can sneak him past Princess, I might do that. So I think I'm gonna change things up a bit. We're gonna park Princess on the bottom. I'm gonna try parking Prince up on the top, and then we can give him a visual on his undercarriage. So I'm gonna open the door, and man, the sun just poked out and it is beautiful out here. Oh, I love it. So anyways, let's open the door up to get that carbon monoxide out, and we'll back Prince up on the lift. How hard can that be with only one mirror? Not hard at all by yourself. Okay, so we got Prince on the lift. I put my club on it. I don't know if it helps, but it certainly can't hurt. Worst case scenario, slows people down. Grab the key. Oh, I did grab the key. And then I'll pop the hood and disconnect the battery. Now, the number one reason for me to disconnect the battery is because the clock works. Now, anybody that knows these old cars, the second hand in the clock turns constantly. So if I leave power hooked up, eventually it'll kill the clock. And the clock is original. I don't want to kill it. So we're going to disconnect the battery. Look at this engine. A little post drive check. There's a little bit of oil there. I should check and see if I have any vacuum leaks or anything, but oh, she just looks fantastic. Check my master. Nope, no leaks. That's good. So good, so fine. Got a few bug splatters that I should take off. And yeah, she looks good over here too. Just a beautiful, beautiful engine. And down here is a battery. And I got ooh, that's hot. A simple blade disconnect on the ground, but gosh, this car is beautiful. Just beautiful. And I'm not gonna latch it so I can open the hood. And we're gonna lift her up in the air, take a look underneath. All right, Prince is up on the lift. Oh, check him out. He didn't really get dirty, which is fantastic. There's actually bugs splatter there, but there's the brake line. This gives you an indication as to just how clean this car is. A little bit of grease around the tie rod, not a big deal. Look at these little tiny tie rods though, just so old school. Bottom of the fuel pump, got a bit of a oil drip right there. Certainly not uncommon when they've been sitting so much, but plug wires. I'd like to get new plug wires and route them because there's actually, I've got the stainless covers to hide the plug wires and I would like to add that. Another Baldwin filter. Almost looks like a little drippy drip on that. But now this, I've got the canister filter for it, so if I want to run the canister, I can. Is that oil there? Yeah, it might be. I wonder what that's off of. Almost looks like, oh yeah, just a smidge of a drip there. But, and right here, don't know that that's the oil pan leaking so much as it just catching the oil. Bit of a drip on the transmission. It happens. Old cars, it's pretty tough to keep them all together, but there's the only mud we got on her. A little bit underneath the quarter. A little bit right there, but not bad. I'll give that a wipe with a damp cloth. Now, Terry Cumstone that had this car from 67 till the late 80s, he actually drove this car in the winter, and this fiberglass patch here is from a chunk of ice, because he drove it year round. A chunk of ice that built up here broke off, and when it broke off, it, it damaged the fender well. They didn't replace this when they did the frame off in 2000 because they thought it adds to the history of the car and is just part of the history of the car. And the rest of it is, well, I guess all of it is just how it was. You know, they did go over the whole car with the frame off and address anything that needed to be addressed, but basically sandblast and paint. And I guess it was in really good condition, so they didn't have to do much. But rear diff has a bit of a drip. Sometimes has a bit of a howl, but it's to be expected. Maybe one day I'll pull the diff out and have it checked. But, you know, overall this car is just in impeccable shape. I've got a brand new spare tire in there with an original Kelsey Hayes wheel. So I'm just going to slide my drip trace forward. And we look up here, got the original spare tire lock, and it's the original spare tire cover. And it does have a new fuel tank, though. They did the fuel tank when they did the restoration. Original chrome bumpers, they haven't been redone. There's actually some chrome plugs here because once upon a time it did have a trailer hitch. Because back in the day, people would tow stuff with their Corvettes. How crazy is that? It's actually kind of awesome, but we're certainly not going to do that. But the bumpers are original, unmolested, not re-chromed, so that's why there's a couple plugs there. But just a beautiful example. A few dents in the muffler. I don't know how old these mufflers are, but I think they're a few years old. They weren't done in the restoration. I think they were painted, but they weren't redone. So just beautiful. And like, you know, it still has the original ground wire for the muffler. Just absolutely beautiful. Just a beautiful car. But yeah, there we have it. That's the underside of Prince. So I'm gonna just give those drips a quick wipe and give it a little closer inspection, but it looks good to me. So I'll probably pull it down, put the cover on, and slide the drip trays forward, and then I can bring Princess back inside, because you know what? Winter ain't over yet. You watch, beginning of March, end of this month, we'll probably get another big dose of winter. It's actually supposed to rain this afternoon, so glad we're getting this done now. So anyways, we'll carry on. Well, there we have it. It's time to wrap her up. Princess looks fantastic. She really does. I just love the look of a C7. I mean, look at that. Just beautiful. Beautiful, I say. So let's throw her cover on. This is a heavy cover. Like, I don't know. Just smelling it.
Almost might smell a little bit trucky. Yeah. You know what I might do? I might stand back where you can see me, but you know what I think I'm gonna do is, because I've started some trucks in here and it has been a bit smoky, the cover for Princess does smell a little bit exhausty. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it inside and wash it and then put it back on, just so that we don't have any exhausty diesel-y fumes compromising her smell goodness. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Beautiful. Love these cars.